Good morning, Dave in Kentucky, and it's a Williams Wednesday. It's a nice coffee going. I am using my vintage Williams in the wood tub, and I've already loaded it on my old faithful from 1979. It's a non-branded Burma Shave, I'm sure, brush I got back when I was a teenager, started shaving, but went off into electrics before I made my way back in 2008. Anyway, so reloaded or preloaded the brush because I wanted some time to talk about what we're shaving with today. I did a shave, I don't think on video, with a Penn razor, and have a Penn adjustable now, which was brought to my attention by Jeff on DFS. He's on other forums as well. That's where I converse with him mostly. So anyway, this one is an adjustable here. You can, there's a pin that this controls, goes up and it tilts this up and back, which gives you more exposure. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up as it adjust it down, and if you adjust it up, it's going to open. So I have a B20 injector, Proline injector blade in here. What I did was I took one of the original blades, I ground down several millimeters off of this, and I'm using that as a shim to hold the injector. I don't know if it's going to hold it well. If it doesn't, then I'll drop back and use the non-adjustable version of the pen. And we'll go back to the drawing boards. Anyway, let's go ahead and start loading our vintage Williams. One of these days I'll use a modern one. I don't know if I will or not. Sometimes I think I will because I hear so much talk about it and complaining and whatnot, but I just went right to the vintage, skipped the modern, and have enough of it, so more water. When I started using this, Williams is what I would pick up at the store, and it was I think what they call a modern vintage. Still had the tallow as the first ingredient, I believe. Okay, so Penn adjustable. As Fuzzy says, make sure everything's aligned. I have a feeling the problem is with this, I saw another video and he described it well. When that pin goes up, it holds it there. If there's not enough pressure, that blade can twist when you're just sticking another one in there. Using the original only as a shim. So the trick will be if it doesn't twist. So far she's holding steady. I'll try to remember to check it each time. And I rinse. like the feel of it so far. Got that a nice spot. It's a decent blade feel. It feels like it's efficient, effective. As you'd expect from an injector blade. Alright. Cast one still in place. Allergies in force. Driving me nuts this year. Usually I get hit early in the year and the Bradford pears come out. And I did not. And I thought, oh, we're going to skate through this year. Not. The angle feels better on this one than it did the non-adjustable. Getting a good audible feedback from it as well. Definitely a good amount of blade feel on that. Grab the non-adjustable and compare these heads a second. This one I had a little mild and I I moved it more forward. But yeah, the angle, it's hard to tell in here, but that adjustability does make a difference. I don't know if you can pick it up. It's hard to get it to side by side, but it has that blade tilted up more than it being flat, and it's you're able to come in at a different angle with it, which is nice. Touch more water. And against the grain. guess that would be the main concern. I felt like it twisted the blade a little bit and moved, but it didn't. That would be the constant concern when shaving with this one, I guess. Alrighty, nice shave. Nice shave with that. There's a good bit more blade feel, so that raising it does give it the exposure you want. Could dial it back a little, but felt good to me. Why dial it back, right? Alright, Humphreys. I moved things around a little bit, so Humphreys is over on the left now. I have to remember that. Alrighty, so let me clean the brush real quick. Well, that's settling in. This Boar notch and this cheap little brush has just been a great brush. That is a great knot. Okay, and we'll hit it with some Williams Aqua Velva. A totally different scent in this compared to the even the vintage Aqua Velva. And I'm not good at describing those scents. I like it. It's more of a I want to say it's more of like a vetiver scent to me, but it's still fresh and clean. I don't know. I'm not good at that stuff. I'll leave that to the professional fragrance people. So there you have it. Penn. I guess I could wipe that off. I didn't take this apart. You do have to fiddle with it. The head has a slide thing where you, when it goes together and it slides in it, and that's what gives it the pivot ability as you run this pin up in it. I could take it apart now that I'm done shaving with it. I think this will just, well, see, see if you can see the mechanism go up. It's where it starts to engage. and you gotta push on it hard, but you can see the exposure I had on it. And then as you turn that back, it's going down. And then eventually that just comes out. And that's the pin that goes up and in to hold that. Now, the whole handle screws out from here. And I'm not sure I want to release that yet, but anyhow, I have the, like I said, the original blade ground down and then in there as a shim, and then the injector blade is on top of that. And that's what's holding it in place. So, got a shave that's typical of what you would get with an injector. Real nice close shave. Happy with it. There you have it. That's the Penn adjustable. I may tinker with it and play with it a little bit more as far as if I can find perhaps even a more stable way to hold it, but it held it well enough to get a nice shave out of it, and happy to use that piece of vintage hardware. Anyway, Dave in Kentucky, over on DFS, over on the Shave Den, as well as Toast 3, that's TOST 3, which does strictly single edge razors. So join us over there if you have information to share, you want to learn about those. Over on the Shave Den, especially the 30-day crew, shout out to you guys. If you want to focus on technique, especially a newer individual that's learning to shave, great help from the group of guys over there. If you have experience, come and just do focuses on certain pieces of hardware, software that you want, and offer your knowledge to help others. Anyway, DFS, just a great place to be. So all three places I can support and encourage. Dave in Kentucky, we'll see you on the pages.